There are two kinds of prisoners in Kot Lakhpat. We called them the Tory and the Nashoo. The Tories are the ones who still have someone on the outside. Families who visit, lawyers who fight for them, pockets that never run dry. They pay the guards to look the other way, enjoy home-cooked meals during visits, sleep on padded floors, and even hire other prisoners to keep their surroundings clean. The Nashoos, though, they rot, abandoned not only by the system, but by the very families they once belonged to. Mostly addicts, mostly forgotten. No visits, no money, nothing to eat except the state's bland dal and dry roti. No reason to rise in the morning except to chase a high, one that dulls the hunger, numbs the pain, and silences the madness for a few fleeting hours. They're called Nashoo for a reason. Their lives begin and end with the next fix. Some exceptions exist. Poor men who serve Tories, doing their laundry, scrubbing the washrooms, polishing their shoes, earning cigarettes, leftovers, or, well, maybe a chance to escape the Nashoo label for a while. In every barrack, Tories and Nashoos, they coexist, 60 or more men, all stuffed into a space built for 30. And honestly, where the Tories are in control, there's at least some order, clean floors, rules, a leash on chaos. And it's maintained not by force, but by offering the Nashoos incentives, a little cash here, a cigarette there, maybe even a pill or a whiff of hash. Just enough to keep the peace. But not all barracks are like that. Some are ruled by the Nashoos, and in those cells, hell has no warden. Humanity doesn't just erode, it rots. This is the story of one such barrack. 5 Nashoos had scored some low-grade meth, the kind that, rots your gums and just burns through your brain like acid. They'd locked themselves in the filthy washroom late at night, the air thick with chemical fumes and urine, all of them chasing that sharp, synthetic escape. Then Aslam walked in. He was a Nashoo too, but not part of their group. A loner, gaunt, hollow-eyed, always twitching. He saw what they were doing and asked for a hit. They told him it wasn't free. So Aslam offered a trade. "I've got cocaine," he whispered. "Real stuff. I'll share. Just give me one hit." Temptation always wins with addicts. They agreed, gave him a hit. Hours passed. The high wore thin. They came back to Aslam. "Where's the coke?" Aslam smiled, a little too eagerly, and said, "Wait here. I'll go get it." He walked back to the corner where he slept, reached under his blanket, took out a few Panadol tablets, crushed them, and carefully shaped the powder into a small packet. It looked convincing enough under the dull flicker of the prison lights. He brought it back to them. They didn't know better, until one of them sniffed it and realized the lie. What followed was no longer about drugs. It became about power, humiliation, madness. They turned on him like a pack of feral dogs. They dragged Aslam down, kicked him, punched him, demanded the cocaine. He screamed, "I lied! I don't have any!" They didn't believe him. Then one of them said, "He's hiding it inside." They stripped him, bent him over, and with a toothbrush started probing his insides, looking for drugs that didn't exist. When they found nothing, it only made them angrier. More savage, more broken. What they did next, no man deserves. No animal should endure. One raped him. Then all 5 took turns, not with their bodies, but with a viper handle, while others beat him until he stopped moving. They left him there, naked, broken, bleeding on the bathroom floor. At morning call, Aslam's body was found, twisted on the bathroom floor. Unconscious, barely alive, his eyes swollen shut, skin purple with bruises, his body torn in ways too brutal to describe. The guards rushed in. He was carried to the prison hospital, slipping fast, deep into a coma. No one expected him to survive. The 5 Nashoos were dragged to Block 5, solitary confinement, a place so feared even the toughest inmates flinch at its name. They were thrashed and forgotten. I didn't know Aslam well. To me, he was just another Nashoo, twitchy, greedy, always chasing the next high, desperate, forgettable. I'd seen him around the yard, begging for scraps or scavenging cigarette butts off the floor. But what happened that night wasn't punishment. It was a group of broken men destroying someone even more broken for something that never even existed. And though I felt nothing for Aslam, I can't forget the silence that followed. The way even the wildest Nashoos looked away, as if, for one brief moment, even the addicts realized what monsters we had all become. Sometimes, it's not the people we remember, it's the darkness they leave behind. Thank you for watching Aikdastaan, where every tale is a testament to the human spirit and every voice resonates with the truth as they perceive it.